God, welcome back to Third Niches. It's episode 13. I am now a concussion survivor once again. My face is still fucked up. So we mentioned we were going to the Eagles game.
Yeah, your face hurts, but it's killing me.
All right, let's start over.
What the hell?
I'm just kidding. All right, yeah. So we said we were going to the Eagles game. We did go. I maybe had a little too much to drink at the Eagles game, and then
That's a redundant statement.
yeah, it's an understatement too. I fell 2 rows down out of my seats onto like a family in front of me.
No. You fell into the seat face first and then flipped over. And then we're just laying like face down across the necks and shoulders of 3 unsuspecting men. And they were just like, what the fuck? Thank God they were Eagles fans too, because if you would have landed on the Texans fans, they wouldn't have given you a stern talking to.
Yeah, I thought I landed on the Texans fans.
No. You landed on other Eagles fans. The guys that were watching the game on the phone.
Yeah.
So they were just like, "You all right, bud?"
That'd have been hilarious. If,
They were like, "We've all been there before." They're like, "Who hit you?" Was it you? And they looked at me. They're like, "You hit him?" I'm like, no.
The Holy Ghost got me, dude. I just drank too much and I stood up and I had
3 beers. And
3 beers. No, I stood up. I don't remember it. I don't remember. I don't remember standing up. I don't remember falling down.
Okay, so here's what fucking happened. So we go to the game, and this guy decides it's a good idea. He's like, I'll save money. I'll sneak in some booze. Which, first off, the security at NRG Stadium.
Oh my
We
God.
walked in with drinks in our hands. And no one even no pat down. I don't even know they had a metal detector. They literally were just like, oh, what flavor White Claw is that? Like, they didn't give a fuck. Walk right in because they got like plastic, little ones of whiskey and everything. He's like, oh, we'll just buy the refillable sodas and then just pour some whiskey in it. So me and my buddy split one, and we're close to the end, and I was like, oh, damn, we're almost out of this thing. I look over, and Brandon's drank most of his by himself, and he doesn't normally drink, and you're just like, how much did I drink? And I was like, oh, this is going to be a fun night. And I was just like, oh, that'll be cute,
Yeah.
And then it was start of the third quarter. The Eagles got an interception. I think it was Gardner Johnson. And while it's happening, my friend who's an Astros fan is FaceTiming us, Gareth, to be like, FaceTiming me, to be like, oh, fuck you, the Phillies are losing the World Series. And I wasn't going to answer it, but then we got an interception, so I answer it, and I go, fuck you, we just got a pick. And he goes, oh, no. And as I flip the FaceTime around, you know how like when you press the button, it like takes a second, you press it, and it goes, Shoom. As it goes, you just see Brandon literally like this in the air. So I react in real time while Gareth is watching on FaceTime. As this man's face went, he like unfolded the chair and rolled over. And I'm just filming it. Like instinctually, I was getting the angles. I was like, you seeing this, Gareth?
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
And then you stood up. You're just like, and then your hat's missing. They're like, oh boy. And I'm like, oh fuck. And you're like bleeding out of here and all that. And then, it was good. And then you just go, oh man, oh fuck. And we're like, oh, you'll be all right. And then 10 minutes later, you go, why does my face hurt? And I was like, we got to get this guy to the fucking hospital, dude. You were like, what? Yeah, I told you fell. And you were like, seriously, what happened? And I'm like, I know I fuck around a lot. Well, there's a reason there's an ice pack on your face. So I was like, you got to get out of here, dude.
Dude, well, because the first like conscious moment I had was Erica is putting a paper towel in my mouth, and I like kind of come into consciousness, and I'm like, stop. I thought I had fallen asleep. Like I thought I had gotten so drunk and fallen asliep because you were like coming out of a blackout.
In a sense, you did.
Yeah.
You had a good 3-second nap there.
Oh yeah.
on those guys' backs. I'll be honest, it did look like you like greened out, and you were like, oh fuck, you just passed out when you were, because you were like limp,
Dude, I probably got knocked out low key by that.
Oh yeah.
By that chair.
Well, we all got a couple kicks in while you were down there. Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude. I remember, and so Erica's putting that thing in my mouth, and I'm like, fucking stop. And I'm like, and you guys are like, and I heard someone be like, hey, something, he fell. And then I'm like, oh, you guys are fucking with me. Like, I thought you were doing a bit, like, oh, let's tell him he fell. And
I wish.
And then someone flipped the camera and showed me my face, and I was like, oh, fuck, I fell.
Yeah, like, I knew you were still fucked up because Joey and Candace eventually came back, but they sat behind us just to avoid the thing. So I'm looking behind, like, you're sitting, like, right where you were in relation. and I'm sitting here, and Joey's right here, and I'm like, yo, he got fucked up and all this shit. And then I go, bro, he fell 3 fucking flights of stairs. And then you turn and look at us, and we look at each other, and you just went, and then turned back, and I was like, oh, he doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. You literally heard me, and you were like, who? And I was like, and then that's when Joey was like, oh, shit. He doesn't even know who the fuck we're talking about. I was like, oh, dude. Yeah, it was bad. And then they took you out in the little stretcher.
I was so
cute.
mad. I was so mad. I did not need the stretcher, dude. I needed to probably go to the hospital, but I didn't need
The stretcher was
stretcher.
fun. That was fun.
It was demoralizing.
Yeah, and then you went in the ambulance, and you didn't even get seen, right? The line was so long.
No, dude, I got there and I sat there for 3 hours, which it's like if I because I was like, I don't want to go in the ambulance, and they're like, you have to, and I was like, so if I'm so urgent that I have to go in an ambulance, don't you think I'd be seen right away? But 3 hours go by, the whole waiting room is like cleared out now. New people are getting seen before me, so I'm like, Erica, come on, go ask them. And she asks, and they're like, oh yeah, doctor hasn't even signed on to agree to see him yet. So first off, you got to wait for a doctor to pick his case because you need a doctor. And I was like, I called an Uber, Erica. You can get in it with me, or I'll see you later. I'm leaving. And
I'll tell you why they weren't seeing you, because they were like, we got some dickhead in an Eagles hat over there. And he's like, fuck them, Astros in 6.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm not touching him. You know, that's basically
I'm
what
not
happened.
even a Phillies fan. You know,
I know, but they don't know. They just saw an Eagles hat, and someone got so drunk they were like, has to be from Kensington. They're like, this guy fell. I'll tell you what was, and I was sitting back at the Airbnb just waiting on my hands and knees, hoping you were okay that whole time.
No way, you were waiting on your knees? That doesn't.
No,
right where you belong.
No,
dude. You walked right in there. You crawled right.
It was
into
also
that.
a joke because I was at the strip club.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you called me saying you were going to the strip club right after you went to the hospital.
Yeah.
Such a good friend.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I was like, do you want to go? I invited you. You know, you were like, oh, no, I'm still here. And then, no, you were like, yeah. And then Erica was like, shut your fucking whore mouth. And you know how Erica is.
Yeah,
and then,
crazy.
And then you were like, all right, no, I don't want to go. No, it was like I was with my buddy too. And he was like, you know, I've heard that Houston has the greatest strip clubs, you know, in the world. You know, James Harden single-handedly put like, I don't know, 300 women through college, you know?
Jesus
so he
Christ.
was like, well, let's go see. And the first one was bullshit. I'll be honest. I thought it was at like an AA meeting. It was weird. Yeah. There was some eyes wide shut shit going on. I don't know. I didn't like it at all. Mm-hmm. And then the other one was cool.
Yeah, fuck Houston strip clubs. Atlanta has the best strip clubs in the country.
Really? Because I've also heard like Florida.
The one I went to
Tampa.
in Florida was kind of it was like, it wasn't sad, but it wasn't like,
Oh, you went to Magic City.
I went to Magic City in Atlanta, but I went at like like noon. We went just for the wings.
Yeah.
Like Galen got like $20 in ones and made it rain on some girl, but like there was no like lap dances or anything. I just ate the wings. There was no cover charge either, which was cool. But then my car got booted.
I'm pretty sure you got a concussion at this game.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of the first concussion I had in sports, where like I was playing football and I got a concussion in the second quarter, and they kept me in to play the rest of the game, and I had to watch game film to know what happened because I didn't remember playing. And I got 2 sacks in the second half.
You just were blacked out of your mind just playing.
I had no idea.
Playing really unconscious, dude. That's good.
It was just
That's good football. That's instinct.
So I mean, really, that concussion protocol that you're used to is that athlete inside of you is still there, because you were like ready to rally and go to a strip club.
Oh no, I was kidding. He wasn't. He was freaking out. Oh, dude, he was sitting there.
At one
he just
point-
kept saying, "I'm sorry." You're like, "I'm so sorry."
And I don't really like remember any of this, is because I
He
had a
just kept
concussion
apologizing,
for sure.
and we were like, "Sorry for what?" And then you were just like, "Ah."
Dude,
and
it's
then
embarrassing. I felt like
you were speaking in pig Latin, and I was like, "Oh, dude." You were like, "Oop it stay, oop it stay." Your pupils were big as shit. I did at one point. That's when I was like, "You got to go to the hospital," because I looked you in the eye, and your pupil was like bigger than, I don't even know. Like
it was all black.
Yeah,
There was no blue in my
dude,
eye.
your eye looked like a
shark
black
eyes.
ping pong ball. And I was like, and I looked at other people in the eye. I was like, maybe that's just what eyes look like. And no, I was like, no, that's not it. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, dude.
Glad you survived, pal.
Yeah, I didn't have a crazy concussion because like a couple hours later I was fine, like head wise, and the next day I didn't have one, but I definitely had a form of a concussion because I had no memory for a solid hour and a half.
How was Houston after the pennant? happened?
Oh, it was insane because I'm like concussed, so I'm just kind of chilling. I don't go out to the bar with them to watch Game 6. They do. They go to Little Woodrow's because there's like an Eagles group meeting there. They can't.
And it wasn't even. It was just all mostly Astros fans
That's
anyway.
fucking dumb. And you said you couldn't get a seat, right?
Well, yeah, because we got there like 10, 15 minutes before, the game started. But
And then-
most of the tables were reserved and everything. But
Yeah. So then they like Ubered to a bar, went to another bar, couldn't get in. So you came back home, and we had a show at the secret group that night at midnight. So the game ended at like 10:45-ish, and then we left at 11, and it took us like 35 minutes to get 2 miles because the secret group is like in downtown, and so is where we were staying, and Minute Maid isn't far from there. So it took so long. When we parked like a half mile away and just walked. Dude, there was drones out. Like the army was out. There were helicopters. The city was just honking. Everyone was honking their horns for no reason. People were laughing. Like I wore an Eagles hat out, and I was like, I'm turning this backwards on stage because I don't want to get in an argument, and it's also there's no funny way to be like, I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm an Anaheim Angels fan, so this means nothing to me. No one fucking cares. They just won a World Series.
yeah, I acknowledged it on stage. So I was just like, let's get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I walked out there. I was like, I'm a Phillies fan. Boo.
They were kind of
Proceedingly.
nice. Well, because honestly, anyone that came to a comedy show right after them winning the World Series doesn't really give a fuck about baseball.
And even if they're just going, they're laughing about it. They're like, we just cheated our way to another World Series.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you again.
Everyone that was in there's probably like 25 people or so. They were all blacked out. Like they don't even remember that they were at a game. They were shit-faced.
It was so awesome. You would tell a joke, you'd be like, blah, 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 punchline. 1,000. That you had to truly just sit there and wait for them to catch on. Everything, like if you asked a response, everything was delayed. People were yelling, but they were a good crowd.
It was like you were doing a Zoom show and they were lagging.
Yeah.
They had a
exactly.
3-second delay, and you were just like, oh shit.
Did any of you guys do a Zoom show?
No.
And I got offered to do a Zoom show,
Yeah, me too.
but it was like for a company in England, so it would have been like 10 a.m. my time or something.
Oh, God.
And it was like, because it was like their Christmas party, they wanted entertainment.
How much did they offer you and how much time?
I think it was like I was gonna do like that's the thing. I think they were gonna give me like $80, and it was gonna be for 20 minutes, and I was like, no, because I was gonna do it because I thought it was for like the whole company. I thought there'd be like 100 at least people in there.
Yeah.
No, it was just for like the HR. It was 7 people on a Zoom call,
And
it's not even like
HR department,
and it wasn't.
dude.
It's not even like they were together. It would have been 7 separate Zoom. You know what I mean? Like I thought they were gonna be in one room, but no, like they were more locked down than this was like peak
my
COVID.
God, I
so
get
I
what
was just
you're
like,
saying.
so I was just like, oh no, my Wi-Fi's out. I was like,
So they're basically gonna pay you $80 to just be on a phone call for
20 minutes.
Just
For 20
with
minutes for
7
me to be like,
people?
hey guys, fucking COVID's gay. You know, like, yeah, I was like, no.
$80. If I'd honestly do that
At that point, I was already making so much money from playing blackjack on my phone. I was like, I don't need this. Like it was like 3 days after I won $700 in 5 minutes playing blackjack, and I was just like, that's why I paid my rent during COVID. I just played blackjack all day.
That's kind of awesome.
That is
Did you
pretty
ever
good.
have moments where you just fucking lost like all of it?
I lost $1,000 in 5 minutes once while I was at work.
Oh my God.
I was literally at work. We were because I worked at a country club, and in the winter, like we would like cut trees down and stuff like that. So we were in a big ass, like full on giant like dump truck, and the guy I was with was driving us from like our warehouse to like the tee box that we cut the trees off, and in that drive, I lost $1,000.
How many hands?
Well, I started playing like $100 hands. That's why, because I was
shit.
losing a lot. I was already because at that point I was up like $3,000.
Yeah.
And then I started losing. And I was like, fucking, I'm not going out like this. So I started doing $100 hands, and I was like doubling down. And then what it was is I split tens.
So you had 20, you were dealt 20.
I was
Split it.
dealt 20. Because that's how you make your money on online blackjack, because you're not worried about fucking anyone else's hand up. Like when you're playing, if you play real blackjack and you split tens or something like that,
Someone will stab you.
oh yeah, they get fucking pissed. Because like you might fuck up the rest of the deck. But if it's just you, it's like, oh, what does it matter? Like I'll take my odds if they're showing like a 5. And I did it, and I got I think I got 220. Like I split my 10s, and then I got 20 and a 20, and then I split them again. So that's how it was. So it was, and because each time you split, you got to put another, you got to match your bet. So it's all that, and I think my lowest one was like 18. So I had 18 to like 20, but I wasn't splitting anymore. when they flipped the 5 over, it was a 5 and a 6. And out loud while the guy's driving, I was like, I will fucking kill myself. And they hit, and it's a fucking like queen, and they got blackjack, and I was just like, and I just shut my phone off. And the guy that was driving the truck was telling me a story the whole time about Dave Portnoy, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen to a single fucking thing you just said. I just lost $1,000. And he was like, what? Like, he was like, we've only been driving for like 5 minutes. And I was like, well, let's get back to work. Like, dude, the rest of the day, I was like just standing there like throwing sticks. So everyone's like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing.
That's fucking tragic.
I was just like kicking the ground a little bit like Charlie Brown. Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
gambling's tough,
that is
bro.
very tragic, but also, how about Matrix Mac?
Oh,
$75 million.
Gay.
$75 million on one bet. You need to up your game.
No, it wasn't one bet. It was all of his bets combined. He would do it over different
Bet for the
sports books.
Astros to win.
I know, but he did it like a
World
bunch of different sports books. So it's like all combined, he won 70 million.
still though, I mean, I don't know how much he bet to make 70
10?
million. That's still
Yeah, I don't know much, but I do know
10 million, yeah,
he doesn't
across
have
everything.
much time left.
Dude, he's an enigma to me, Mattress Mac. He's one of the most interesting characters because he's like a guy everyone knows about him,
yeah.
and he just sells mattresses. All right, dude.
Yeah, he's in the Illuminati, Taylor.
Yeah, he's 100%.
He's in the New World Order or whatever.
Dude,
the
I
hell
think him and George Soros run the country.
I don't even know who that
I
is.
don't know who George Soros is either.
It sounds familiar though. It's one of those
We're,
people. That
we're
does
One of
big
those people
business.
that talk about it. Yeah.
One of those
big
people
fans of
Kanye
George
tried to warn us
Soros.
about.
Who is George Soros?
We're big fans of George Soros on this show. Any money that he'd like to throw our way, we'd
Sure.
love to have a sponsorship from any of his companies.
I'll vote for him.
He sounds like Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
He kind
That's all I'm
of is.
thinking.
Yeah, he kind of
that's how
is.
you're
Like,
describing him to me.
yeah, a little bit.
He's like a
Okay.
multi-billionaire that just finances politicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could.
kind of.
Who out of the three of us would be the best politician?
I don't know. Dale kind of looks like the Kennedy that they didn't want.
And he has like the problem is I feel like I'm too white. They'll be like, no, we don't need another like plain white guy. You have enough zest, but not too much to scare the
Zest.
Bible Belt.
Right.
One's the most convincing. Though.
You have
Yeah.
you'll too much stuff will come out.
Yeah.
No, what
yeah.
the hell?
The
That's
smear
no,
campaign on you.
No,
need
but
a
here's the deal.
mainstream
That
candidate.
it would be like the Trump effect. They'd be like, he does so much. He was like smoking crack with Rob Ford, and then people would be like, dude, Colin's the man. Like,
And then another person would be like, yeah, but I think he has ED.
and then
We really want a president.
and
with
then
ED.
That's where you'll lose
That's
so much of the male
that's
vote.
how I get. So I'm gonna get the 18 to 30 white male demographic because they're gonna be like, fucking go beers.
No, they're not gonna like you because you're dick.
No. They're gonna like me because I party.
They're gonna know
and
you
then,
don't fuck, though.
And then I'm gonna get the 55 and up white male demographic because I'm gonna be like, my dick doesn't work too, and they're gonna be like, one of us. So I got them on both fronts, and then obviously I'm gonna get the women because I'm a feminist.
Okay.
Who would be your vice president? Who would be your running
My
mate?
vice president. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm not picking a politician because I'm trying to drain the swamp.
O.J. Simpson.
No,
You're
too old. I need
your
it.
Secretary of Defense.
No.
I want to shoot missiles at
You
people.
can't even defend your own fucking face, dude.
But see, dude, I'm the only person who can beat me. So you know what? You want me on your team? or
No,
else
Jack
I'm gonna
Daniels
you.
beat the shit out of you on
First off,
Thursday.
it was Jonathan Bean, so leave him out of this.
Who is my vice
You
president?
need to like Tim Tebow.
No, because
You
I'm
guys
already getting. I'm going.
You should get Charlie Sheen. That'd be a good one because he's recovered, so he can like lead you, and
He
people
has
think he's a
AIDS,
good
so you'll get
mentor.
Nah, but like I said, I don't want anyone too old. I need someone. Well, also, I can't even run for president. I'm not
Shia
30.
LaBeouf.
I'm not there. I would take Shia LaBeouf.
That's a good one.
He's Jewish. Get that demographic as well.
Smart.
He's an alcoholic. He's
What about-
dealing with his past.
What about Chet Hanks?
Oh
The
yeah,
wild
I would
card?
get
Yeah.
Chad Hanks actually. Yeah, because
He'll make you look
then I
good.
can get the black vote too.
That's true. Good. Smart.
Actually, no. I don't know. I've seen some black people like Chet Hanks, but I think majority don't.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know where the jury stands on him.
Well, I'm not a black guy, and neither is he. So
But sure, they like him.
yeah, they like him. Sure. Well, as
I
delegates,
just don't know
as
because
delegates for them.
because every time he's trending, it's always like he's like a controversial guy. You know what I mean? I think if
yeah, because it's like okay, I think it's that like I feel like he's harmless, so no one cares. But he's definitely like he's ridiculous. Like the fact that he like where did the accent come from? Why do you have an accent?
well he
You know?
gave it up.
It's gone. That honestly makes it worse because now he's lost my support that he just gave it up.
But for like a month there, when he was like, it's white boy summer, he coined white boy summer.
Booyaka.
He was like, you don't want to mess with boss man Biden? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like he's supporting Joe Biden like that?
Yeah, he,
brilliant guy.
Pretty cool. Did you guys vote? It's voting
Delonte
day.
West.
Did you guys vote?
No, I didn't vote.
Okay.
Did you vote?
No.
Yeah, where's your I voted sticker?
Yeah, what the hell?
Trying to get on
didn't
this
vote.
fucking.
You didn't fucking vote? What the hell's wrong with you, Marco Rubio looking ass? What the fuck?
Dude, that's exactly.
I like Trae Young.
I would be a good. Is it too much
Your hair
right
is
now?
messed up. Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
You should.
Did you just wake up from a fucking nap?
No,
So
dude,
Goddamn
this
disrespectful.
fucking.
Were you napping in the voting booth?
I'll be honest.
All
I
of
did.
us
I
fell
did fall
on
asleep
all
in this shirt.
Republican. You're like, oh no, how did I do that?
Look, I got a queso stain on this shirt. I saw that before I came in.
What I was going to ask.
God, we're morons.
You should have voted to cover up that fucking case of
Hey,
stuff.
hey, it shows character.
You are just the.
If you could have voted, who would be your write-in for Texas governor?
Like athlete or just anyone?
You can do athlete. I like who. If
But
honestly,
not Beto or Abbott.
Well, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, McConaughey's up there.
he's got to be.
No, dude, Coach Taylor, Kyle Chandler.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's a good vote.
He
That's a
lives,
good vote.
Austin. He lives in like Buda, I think, or something. He's got
let's go to
a
his
he's got a
house
ranch
and
center.
bother
Dude, they all live here.
Oh,
He lives here. Landry lives here.
that's kind of
Miss Taylor lives here.
Dude, you know-
I'm pretty sure Tim Riggins lives here.
Yeah, Winston's. Remember, shout out Winston Dean. He said that.
Oh yeah,
He was dating a girl, and her sister was dating Landry.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons. Yeah.
now he's married to Mary Jane Watson.
good for him.
Yeah.
Dude,
Nolan
watch
Ryan.
movies.
Nolan Ryan would be a great.
Nolan Ryan's a good one.
He would rule Texas.
What about the
Everyone loves him.
Bush's Baked Beans mascot?
The dog?
The dog. Just
The talking dog?
the talking dog. He could give a speech.
Cool.
Nah, dude, I like the Beggin strips dog.
Yeah, he's cool.
Beggin,
They just get like drone strike footage. Just like roll that beautiful drone footage.
Just shaking as he hits the button.
He's he goes. I'm going to declare war on Russia, but first, bacon. Bacon. You guys want some bacon in here?
He's like, Iraq, I'm going to have him bacon.
Bacon. I'll tell you what. I don't know who's going to be president next, but they gotta sound funny. I don't think we can go back to a normal sounding president because even Obama sound. Actually, dude, when's the last time we've had a president that didn't sound funny? Seriously, Clinton sounded funny.
How'd George Bush sound?
George Bush is
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
It's the southern accent.
Yeah, Bush Jr. He was a little character.
Yeah,
Baby
Obama
Bush
had the Chicago accent.
not even a Chicago accent. He just had an odd inflection in his voice. He was like, let me be clear. That's like, you know what I mean? Like that's just a Steve Nash.
Okay.
Hold on, no, tell me something to say as Obama. I can do it perfectly.
Say you're not invited to the cookout.
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah.
Saddam, you're not invited to the cookout, buddy.
There you go, dude.
I got a little Middle Eastern. I think.
No, it didn't. Just because I said buddy?
No, yeah, but that's
Listen,
when you
buddy.
switched
No.
over.
Saddam, you're not welcome
You
to
went
the
from a
cookout, buddy.
cookout to a car salesman.
Saddam Hussein. My middle name is Hussein. But that guy, I don't like him.
It's not that good. It's not your best
decent.
impression.
It's
something.
decent. It's decent.
It's something.
You could trick someone who was deaf that you were Obama with that impression.
Dude, I had a deaf Uber driver in Houston. It said on the thing, they're deaf, so like don't make fun of them. And then we go the whole ride. Well, that's what I interpreted from it. So I go the whole ride being a good boy, and then I swear to God, she pulls up to the apartment. She goes, "This the one?" I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And she didn't have like the deaf like voice either. Like she was faking
She
it.
just didn't want to talk to you.
You know what it is? I've seen that on like Twitter and stuff before. Uber drivers will set that so that they don't have to talk to their people.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. They're just like,
cool.
like if you get in the car and you go, "How long you been driving for?" And they're like, and you're like, "Oh, so sorry."
Yeah, I like the ones where I've gotten the ones where it's like your driver, English is not his first language. Like, do not expect much communication.
I've never gotten that. I just kind of assumed. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow.
Yeah, it was cool because then I was like, cool, I don't have to say a word to this guy. There's no pressure.
I love that.
Who do you think if we're basing next president off of someone that sounds funny? Who are you voting for?
The Bush's baked bean dog.
No, I'm being
My
serious. Like
answer
a
is
real person.
great. Oh, here you are arguing about what a person is. If they could be president, you're saying they're not a person.
I'm saying a
They
dog's
used to
not a
say this
person.
about a lot of people, Colin. And you're sitting here saying it about Bush's baked beans, dog.
Colin, have you ever
he's
watched
got
the
an
movie
American
series
state-
Air Bud?
Well, first off,
He's more
can do a lot.
American than you are, you piece of shit.
first off, that dog
You're
is
closer
dead.
to ISIS.
That dog is dead. It's been 15 years. All right. That golden
No,
lab.
don't say that.
Just letting you know, he's dead. Air Bud is also dead. He
No, they live on through his children.
No,
They're
he
like
didn't.
The Targaryen
No, he
dynasty.
didn't. Air Bud got a concussion, and they put him back in the third quarter, much like Tua, and he had the paws up in the air, and
Oh.
Air Bud would died on the scene.
Air Bud Concussion Protocol.
Yeah, that was a deleted scene in Concussion. He goes, "Tell the truth," and he goes,
I also like Dale's not seen these movies. He doesn't know what's
"You've never
going on.
you haven't seen Air Bud
Air
or
Bud.
Concussion."
I saw the basketball Air Bud. That was the only one I cared
That's a
about.
good one. He
Did you
dunks.
see the Concussion movie?
I didn't see the concussion movie. I know it.
You can skip it.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
I
what,
just like
it
when
was informative though, because like it tells you like 3 guys, and I'm like, oh, I remember that guy, and then he goes, yeah, he killed his wife and family, and they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, and then he killed himself. That's CTE, and I was like, holy shit! I thought CTE was just like, I don't know, you forget your keys every once in a while. I didn't know it got
That's why
that
I was
serious.
crying when I fell because I was like, "That's gonna be me."
Dude, you
dude.
did start crying when you were like, I don't remember anything. I looked over and you were just crying, and you were like, what is? And then you were just reciting Hamlet, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, oh fuck, he learned Shakespeare. This is bad. This isn't
I
good.
became a savant.
Maybe you have. Remember we said that when I cracked my head open, like maybe I can play the piano or like speak Mandarin now. Like, have you tried? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Have you indulged in anything that you haven't done?
yeah, like you should try like watercolor painting tomorrow or something like that, or like something
I like
obscure.
Go to your local store and look for the watercolor section.
That's what I was loving. I can't believe you said that.
How dare you make fun of Barack Obama's accent with that Philadelphia
I
garbage
didn't make fun. I
water?
defended his accent. He was like, he's got a dumb Chicago accent, and I was like,
I said,
no.
Your accent's dumb. I said he has a Chicago accent. You said he has
Yeah.
a weird inflection.
Yeah, he's an odd inflection in his voice. Yeah,
You called him
He has
odd.
politician speak.
Yeah.
Definitely. He definitely has the fucking. Like, if you ever heard him in like a casual interview, there's like not the same dialect. He doesn't.
What are you trying to say? How are you saying he sounds?
Less like how you were saying formal, like serious, where he almost talks in like a rhythmic pattern.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good with my words. You can't.
I don't know.
You're over here laughing at his fucking
I don't
impression
know.
of the Concussion movie just because you thought it sounded funny. You ain't seen the movie. You
I
didn't
know
it was
he's from
Concussion.
South Africa,
You were just
dude.
like,
He's
ha,
not
ha,
from
ha.
South
I'll
Africa.
say
Whatever
South
he is.
Africa's
He's from
where the
Nigeria.
white people are from.
Wherever he
Racist.
Yeah.
There's Africans in South Africa, dude, that are black.
Oh, there's Africans in South Africa. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Had no idea, Dale.
But there's a lot of white people in South Africa too. So,
Yeah.
so that's a fair thing to say.
Well,
So a big adventure in Houston is what you're saying.
yeah, it was fun, and that's the reason why. Also, again, we don't have our picks this week because I forgot that they were a thing.
I do mine every week. I think I got a lot wrong though, to be honest. I was just gonna check that like
because
before.
you did that. You do it on the app. We like do it. We just like,
Yeah, just do it on the ESPN
no, but then Dale
app.
has to remake all the banners. Like we're saying, just send them your pick.
Well, but look how cute it is when I can just send that. But I did. I'll be honest. I thought I was going to have a good one. I picked a lot of upsets, and I was like, "These are the ones," and I was just wrong. The
Did you
Bills
pick
lost.
Jets over
No,
Bills?
I didn't pick that. I did
would
pick
not have picked
Jags. I
that.
picked Jags over Raiders. I remember a few people calling me a knucklehead for that one. Let's see. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 right.
Not a bad week.
I picked Arizona over Seattle. I picked Bills over Jets, and I picked Green Bay over Detroit. So
Yeah, what a crazy week it is when the Lions beat Green Bay, and
they made Aaron Rodgers look like a little bitch boy, dude.
Bear-
He
Bears
threw 3
season.
picks like in the red zone. Oh my
That
god!
last
so
one was
bad.
pathetic too.
Oh,
that
dude.
Aiden Hutchinson picked off.
And because
was so
my
sad.
boy Romeo Dobbs got hurt, so he had no one to throw to.
Yeah.
Well, he still
Rodgers
had-
just needs to.
He needs to leave.
He needs to be done.
He needs to either retire or get traded. I was saying he
could
needs to go.
He could be
somewhere
a good
cool.
politician.
Well,
No,
I
dude,
think so.
he needs to host Jeopardy.
there was just hilarious plays too. Like there were so many fumbles. Like Khalil Mack had that crazy one where he just manhandled Drake London and ripped it out.
Yeah,
And then I think it was in the Raiders game, a Raider player picked up a fumble or so in one of the games. It was which one was it?
It was the
Chargers game.
Yeah.
He's picked up a fumble and is running it back, and then it just slipped out of his hands, and then they the offense got it back.
That game was crazy too because Austin Eckler had that crazy barrel roll because Austin Eckler's on my main fantasy team, so he had like a 60-yard run or whatever, but they called him down. Oh, dude, I was saying some heinous things at Scott Hansen. That was like because he was like it's confirmed a touchdown. He was like, I just got word from our booth, and I was like, I trust Scott Hansen.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom, I come back, and he goes, oh, look at that. He was clearly down. I was like, Scott Hansen, how about you go get fucked? All right. I was like, you got my hopes up and everything. I was about to start talking shit, and then I lost my fantasy by 0.5 points.
I almost dethroned Corey for the worst score in the league ever.
Wow.
He's still holding it at 49, but I came in with a whopping 51 points this week.
Wow. Who was very lame on your team this week? Who was
Everyone. No, the highest scoring thing was the Eagles defense at 8 points.
Who do you have?
Team.
That's right.
It was like I have like Marcus Mariota, Alvin Kamara, Deion Jackson.
Kamara had a really bad game?
Yeah, he had like 9 points, I believe. I'm trying to pull my team up here real quick.
My the first four people I drafted in the draft are injured and not playing.
Right, because you got JT and then
J.K. Dobbins, Keenan Allen, and Brandon Cooks.
Jesus. Yeah, so Marcus Mariota, Alvin Kamara, Devontae Foreman, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Smith, Evan Ingram, if he's the Jags tight end, Deion Jackson, Eagles defense, Michael Badgley. So, yeah. I mean,
Penn Badgley's brother.
well, I'm also I've been fucked a little with injuries. Like,
Tell me about it.
Zeke's been out.
Because of his fucking face.
Debo's out. George Kittle's been a fucking bust.
He's had a good couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, he's not. He's the 14th ranked tight end in fantasy.
That's the hard part about the tight ends is like outside of Kelsey this year, it feels like all of them.
Yeah, because even Andrews has been hurt. I got Kelsey in my main league, and like people will try and send me. They'll send me like a wide receiver 2 and like an RB 2, and I'm like, Kelsey's the most valuable person in fantasy.
He really
averages. Dale was looking at it. He averages like 20 plus points a game in PPR leagues.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Dallas Goddard's great though.
He had like 100 yards and a tutty.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Great.
He's been.
Yeah, I'll be honest. After you fell, the whole second half, it was kind of a bummer. I'm watching the game and I'm cheering. I look over and you're just sitting there drooling out of your ear, and I'm like, oh.
Like there was like 6 minutes left.
Dude, it was in the third quarter.
Exactly in the third quarter. And then we scored, and then the game was out of hand. You only missed one quarter. Also, that's why I was apologizing, because I fucking felt bad that I ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, dude, you gave us all a refund, and I was
week
10
preview. Thursday night football is Falcons versus Panthers.
Fucking gross.
Yeah, gross game.
Falcons.
I'm looking forward to it just because I want to see Pickens without any it's really gonna bump his receiver role, I think.
No. Falcons is Mariota.
Yeah, George Pickens.
No, he's on the Steelers.
He's on the Steelers.
Oh.
In that case, I don't want to.
I just want to be clear that Pickens is actually on my fantasy team, so I should probably know that.
Yeah. So.
He played for Georgia, though, right? Did in college?
Georgia.
Pickens?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking of the color scheme.
So Falcons. I got him over the Panthers. I have written down here, dude.
It's not even.
Baker's just sad. Like the fact that they started PJ Walker. Like I thought Baker was hurt, and then when they brought him in down 42-0.
He was hurt, but this was his first week back.
The fact though that they didn't start him.
Yeah.
And
Sam Darnold's coming back too.
They got to give Sam Darnold a shot at this point.
Yeah.
Because all these guys have had chances and failed multiple times, but Sam Darnold's had the least amount of chances and fails. So give him another one.
Yeah.
At this point. So
Yeah, that's a tough one.
not excited for that game. Sunday night football is 49ers versus Chargers.
That's a good one.
Are the Chargers a bad team though?
Yes.
They are.
But they're missing everybody.
Yeah.
They are very.
Keenan Allen was out. Mike Williams was out. I think another one on the offense was out. So they're missing 3 guys. They had 5 drops that game at least.
They just are
open
They're
drops.
coached terribly.
They got to get rid of that coach.
Who's his name? Staley? Is that his name? Brandon Staley? Yeah, I don't like the cut of his jib.
He's got.
He looks like a Mormon. I don't like it.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't he look like? He looks
does.
like the type of guy that he was your baseball coach, but he wasn't the head baseball coach when you were in Little League.
Sure. Yeah.
His kid was on the
Bitch-ass
team,
assistant,
and he was the third base coach, and he was the one who was always like, "You want to get low in your stance?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Your wife left you." You know what I mean? That's what he looks like.
And that's how he coaches.
Yeah.
That's it reflects upon his coaching.
Yeah,
He's
he
terrible.
fucks them over, and I feel like we as Eagles fans we have to show some sympathy for the Chargers because that's how the Eagles were, where we were just always hurt. Everyone was hurt. And you know how it fucks a team over when no one's healthy.
Herbert's still hurt too. He's still like going over that rib injury.
Yeah, I do think, though, because it came out that Sean Payton officially says he wants to come back.
I did see that. That'd be cool.
And all the rumors are him going to the Chargers.
Yeah, that would be a good. That would be
awesome.
a good. How about old Jeff Saturday going to the Colts?
That's the worst hire I've ever seen.
Oh, it's the greatest hire I've ever seen. It's the greatest hire I've ever seen.
Why?
Because here's the deal.
Okay.
If he turns it around, then he's a genius. And then boom, they got their guy, all that. And he's a player's coach. If anyone can save that team, it's a player's coach where people are like, I want to play for that guy.
But he's not. You're calling him a player's coach. He's not a coach.
Yes.
He's never coached before.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Just
He coaches high school, man.
because it has a shirt on that says the coach doesn't make him
Hey,
a
he
coach.
coached Pop Warner, dickhead.
He's a
Doesn't count.
But here's the deal.
coach.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's perfect. Because let's say he actually can coach, then boom, they found their guy. And then if he sucks, which he probably will, they're just tanking for the first pick anyway.
Yeah.
That's what they're
That's
saying.
the thing, though. But you're wrong, dude, because they can't take. They have 3 wins. Look at the last time a team with 3 wins has gotten the first pick. Never. It's
Okay,
2
who
wins.
else is that bad though?
Dude, there's 1 win. There's terrible teams in the NFL.
The Panthers have like 2 wins.
Raiders are pretty close too.
The Raiders and Panthers, but that's what I'm saying.
The Raiders
the
are
Colts,
bad, though. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
the
like.
Raiders are very bad.
They're not competing for the worst pick, dude. They're second in their division. They have a tie too. The Steelers are 2-6. The Texans are 1-6.
Oh my
The
God.
Jags are 3-6. They have a worse record. The
Yeah.
Raiders are 2-6. The Broncos
well,
have
maybe
a worse
not the
record
first
at
pick,
3-5.
but you see what I'm saying? Maybe
But
they
I'm
get
saying,
a top 10 pick or they make the playoffs. Either way, they win.
I see what you're. I agree with what you're saying. It's a
It's
win-win
not, though,
for them.
because you could hire like a more like when you say you could do a risky hire, you could go hire an offensive coordinator or a QB's coach or someone that's a reach. Hiring a guy who's never coached before is ridiculous.
I'm sure
I don't know.
they'll
I think
do
he's going to
that.
have a Dan Campbell effect on that team.
No, or what?
He's the
Being
interim
worst
coach, though.
defense in the fucking.
That's not
league?
Dan Campbell's fault.
Yes, they are. Yeah, dude.
That's not his fault.
He literally gave up.
That's
play
Aaron
calling.
Glenn. Is that their
No,
defensive
dude.
coordinator still?
No,
That's
but
his fault.
he's only Saturday's just the interim coach for now.
Right.
So until the end of the season, I'm sure it's basically like, hey man, if he does something, fuck it.
Right.
We'll
But you
run
could
with
try
it.
out
But
another interim. Why not, dude? You have you're talking about a player's coach. You have Marvin Harrison on your staff.
Yeah.
He's the wide receivers coach.
Didn't he
Why
kill
don't
a guy?
You promote. Why don't you promote him?
Didn't Marvin
to be your
Harrison
coach?
kill a guy?
Why are you promoting an ESPN?
Answer my
analyst?
question. Am I
don't
thinking of the
fucking
right guy?
know.
Look it up.
No, I don't
pretty
think.
sure
If he wins, do we care?
right?
Like,
I'm pretty sure he
we
ran
don't really
someone over
care
his
if
car.
athletes murder if they're champions.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Is it Marvin Harrison or maybe it's Reggie Wayne? I feel like it was
Yeah,
a
it's not
Colts
Marvin-
receiver.
It's not. Yeah, Marvin Harrison had a
A DUI or something. It was something with him behind the wheel.
I could see.
no. Yeah, there's nothing about
Maybe
that.
it was Reggie Wayne. I feel like it was. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But fun fact, also, I forget which one. But one of our relief pitchers in the Phillies has a vehicular manslaughter charge. Like he went to prison.
Oh yeah.
Like, and every time we're watching, we're just like, isn't it crazy that guy's fucking throwing 94 right now, and he fucking was going 94 when he murdered 2 people,
So
and
on-
got right out and kept pitching.
On top of the Colts having an unproven head coach that coached Pop Warner football, they just promoted an assistant quarterback coach to be their offensive coordinator.
Now see that? See, there you go.
They literally didn't know who was going to call plays because Jeff Saturday's never, even though he's been a high school and Pop Warner coach, he's never called plays at those levels either.
It's overrated play calling.
Dude, yeah, give
Give Sam Ellinger. Let Sam Ellinger eat.
This is just such like a fuck you to their fans and like the roster and people are trying to earn a job and other coaches.
You have the
And-
best running back in the NFL on your team, and you're fucking it up.
Oh,
Why
I'm
would I
sorry.
play? If I'm a player,
Oh, I'm sorry. They have Nick Chubb on their team.
That's a good point.
Actually, no. I think Derrick Henry's. Who do you think the best running back is?
It's either
Jonathan
Nick Chubb
Taylor,
or
he's on the
Derrick
wrong
Henry.
team though.
He's not the best. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, this season he can't stay healthy, so you can't say it's him. I mean,
Yeah,
it's got,
also
this
he's
season
married.
It's Nick Chubb
Nick
or Austin Eckler. Honestly, Austin Eckler's been killing.
No, my thing with Eckler is Eckler can do the most, but he's not the best running back because
But who
he's not
gives a
that
fuck?
good of a runner. He's the best
but he
receiving
gets
running back.
hundreds of yards. He still gets hundreds.
No, he really does. He really just gets like he doesn't have that many yards. At least this season, he just gets like I think he just scored his like 9th touchdown or something dumb like that. But Henry or Nick Chubb, I think, is the best runner. Saquon Barkley, I think, next year is going to be the best. Now that he's healthy again,
Yeah, he's having a great
he's
year.
too talented not to. And McCaffrey obviously can do it. Yeah. Eckler is like.
Yeah, you're right. He's never had above 1,000 rushing yards.
See?
It's pretty crazy.
See, I told you he doesn't. It's just touchdowns and he gets a lot of receiving yards.
Good check
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty
And then
sure
makes
a few years
crazy
ago he had
yards.
990 receiving yards.
911.
That's what I'm saying.
and
He's
he
more of
had-
a receiver.
In 2019, he had 993 yards.
Yeah, he is Christian
receiving.
McCaffrey's like he's 1B to Christian McCaffrey in terms of like Christian McCaffrey's just a slightly better version of what he does.
Yeah.
you know. But in terms of running, it's got to be Derrick Henry. I'm afraid when we
He's
play the
been
Titans.
banged up too, though.
Yeah, Chubb is actually
but
like.
I think
a
it's
good-
you got to say this year it's Chubb. Like Chubb is.
But here's the deal. But now Derrick Henry. But I think he's going to finish the year strong because that's what I'm saying. I mean, the Titans just took the Chiefs to overtime.
Yeah, that was
Literally,
good.
they threw what? They completed 5 passes.
I think Malik Willis threw 8 passes.
Isn't
and
that's
completed like
insane?
5.
So they know
Yeah.
they're running it every play, and they still
Yeah.
took it to overtime.
I
It was
think
like-
rest of the season, Saquon has a better season than
He
all of them.
will, but here's why I'm worried. I feel like I'm not kidding. My biggest worry about the Eagles.
Oh yeah, Derrick
first
Henry
loss.
has more rushing yards than Nick Chubb.
See, that's what I'm saying. He had like a slow
one
first.
less touchdown than Nick Chubb.
He had a slow first 2 weeks, but then now he's just been killing it ever since. And we play him in a few weeks. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, I'll be honest, because the Texans were running all over us without fucking Jordan Davis in the middle.
know.
So if Jordan Davis isn't back, then I honestly think that might be our first loss of the season is the Titans. I'm not worried about the Packers. I'm not worried about, maybe we drop one to a divisional opponent. Maybe we lose to the Giants or the Cowboys or something.
Yeah.
But I think the Titans are the one I'm worried about.
How are the Giants so good?
Technically,
I
I mean they've lost the last. They were bye week this week. Lost the game the week before.
They're like 6-3,
They're 6-2 now. They've
6-2,
lost
6-2.
I think that's what they are. The Eagles will play them when Jordan Davis is eligible to come back because he was missed
Titans.
this game and then they play 3 games, so that could be his first game back if he's healthy against the Titans.
Hopefully he's back.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys this question. Shout out Dio Reynoso. He sent this question and he thought it'd be a good one for us to debate. 2020 draft class of quarterbacks was Hurts, Burrow, Tua, and Herbert. Right now, what would you rank?
Wait, no, was Herbert 2020?
Yes.
What?
It went Burrow number 1 overall,
Yeah.
then Herbert like a few later, and then
I thought he was the year before.
and then Tua, and then
oh no, you're
Hurts
right.
in the
Yeah,
second
and
round.
Hurts in the second round. Yeah,
So how would you rank them now?
Tua last, obviously.
Like I'm talking like okay, so
do yours.
this
Just do yours
this season I have, if I had, and I obviously I'm going to sound biased, but this season I would go Hurts because he's had arguably the best season out of all of them so far. Tua because statistically he's killed it even with missing games. Burrow and then Herbert.
I told you I don't care about the numbers. Get the nerd shit out of sports.
Well, which
Give
team
me
which team has more wins?
That's a number. I'm saying eye test. Same thing. If I look
if
down
they're
there,
hot.
yeah, I'm just that's what no. Well, that too. But Joe Burrow is hot. They're all hot. They're actually a good looking group of boys.
Yeah. Bunch of handsome fellas.
They are. They
Please
are.
don't say
Herbert's
that
the
too much.
ugliest.
Yeah, Herbert is the
Herbert's the ugly. No, but he's got the flow.
Yeah.
He does have the
But
long.
He's got
cut
the flow.
It. Remember, he cut it.
But it's back long again.
yeah,
He grew
maybe
it
that's
back
why he's
out.
bad.
So what would
No.
you do then? What would you?
Number one, it probably Joey B. I mean, I think Hurts is obviously I mean, like I said, Tua's last because Tua's having a good year. Yeah, he's throwing to Tyreek Hill and
Jalen
fucking Jalen Waddle,
Yeah.
and he's also not having that. Like he's having a good completion
Yeah, but
percentage and
couldn't you
everything. But
say
it's like
that Joe Burrow's throwing to Jamar Chase?
he is, but also
Higgins.
he did that. He took him to Super Bowl last year with no offensive line. So yeah, he had people to throw to, but
Yeah.
also he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a winner. I'm saying Hurts
Not this
second.
year, though.
I'm saying Hurts second. The Bengals are going to make playoffs and they're going to do good. But Hurts is second. Here's why: because Hurts isn't a winner. Hurts is a team player. Because in the championship game, he let Tua come over and take over for him, and he was the first person to congratulate him. I was like, that's the guy. That's why when that whole thing happened with him and Wentz on the team, I was like, how ironic is it that Hurts got benched in the championship game for someone else, and now he gets to be the guy that benches the established starter. And I'm like, I think that's incredible growth to go. Like that's the most important thing about football is in sports in general. Everyone's obviously drafted because they have immense potential. You know what I mean? They're obviously good at it, but it's all about like putting the pieces in, and that's why I think Hurts is going to have. He might wind up having the best career.
That's why, because I had 2 questions. I was saying rank them now off this season, and then I was saying franchise wise, where you're kind of looking, where you're talking about past seasons and
I was
stuff.
just gonna go from that.
Yeah,
you
because
just talking
franchise, I
quarterbacks?
put Burrow, Hurts, Herbert, and then Tua last because he's had a crazy injury. He's had an accuracy.
But what's crazy too is because like if you would have asked before, like literally, it's like Herbert's not having a great year this year because his whole team's hurt and his coach is gay. But he's had an amazing year before. Like you know what I mean? Like Herbert, I think might be the most talented out of all of
Would
them.
you take a quarterback out of the 2020 draft class though? I would take Justin Jefferson.
Well, I would have liked to.
Yeah, yeah.
Just talking quarterbacks though.
Yeah, well, because the Eagles took Hurts with the second round pick, so it wasn't even they took Rager instead in the 2019 draft because Jefferson came out the year before Burrow.
He's 2020 with Burrow.
Jefferson was
because Chase
they got
was the next
Chase
year.
the next year. Yeah, that
Chase
makes
that
sense.
out.
Yeah.
So, what do you call it? I'm saying it's kind of hard to tell as much because they've had like the Chargers have had better weapons. This year their weapons suck, and now he's having a bad year.
I know. So
Burrow's-
can't you compare like you go okay? So Burrow. So like Hurts had no weapons last year. He has weapons this year. Herbert,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's too early to tell.
Tua and him switched, and then Burrow didn't have Chase, and then did have Chase. So you can kind of do it with everyone. They've only he's played one more season.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can judge enough until we get to see how
Well, it's a
Hurts plays in the
hypothetical.
playoffs.
That's why I'm saying. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
no, but that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I like I said, I'm all about like I'm all about the action, boss.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm still taking Burrow 1 because he's
Yeah,
proven he
that's
can
what
win
I
in the
have,
playoffs.
Yeah.
Hurts and Herbert, it's a toss-up right now. But if these playoffs, because here's the deal, a lot of people are expecting a full fucking what you did on Thursday, full face dive from the Birds in the playoffs. They're like they're gonna lose their first game because
they're
they
gonna
haven't played
deflate like your
anyone
dick
and
and
everything
that.
like that. Yeah. And if it does happen, then okay, then you're like, all right, well, yeah. All right, Hurts still needs to get the rat. But that's what I'm saying. Everyone's saying that could happen. I don't think he's going to get rattled. I mean, like I'm saying, that championship thing in college might be more valuable. Like him getting benched might be more valuable than him being the guy that won the game. Honestly.
I agree.
Because I feel like that teaches him more shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, also I thought I was seeing on Twitter, people do those like Baldy breakdowns and they'll break down film. There are so many plays this last game with Hurts where he because they were blitzing Hurts a lot and he would step into pressure, take a hit and make a throw across the middle, which he had been missing that and tending to scramble and throwing the ball away. And he was just sitting in there and taking and making good throws. And I was like, this is like that's a jump for him. Like he's progressing. He's getting better as a quarterback.
oh, yeah. Well,
worse.
last week I think was the big one because he threw like 3 deep ball touchdowns. That's what everyone said you can't do.
Yeah,
so.
the first one AJ Brown bailed him out on. It should have been a pick. Minka was like, "Oh my god!" and then AJ Brown was like, "You're my bitch," and just took it out of the air.
Yeah.
but the other two were fucking dots.
Yeah,
They're beautiful.
I will say that though too. I mean, it just goes to show how important chemistry is between that. Like Burrow's got his buddy from college, and they have one of the most electrifying offenses in football, just because he gets to throw to the guy that he loves. Now we go and get AJ Brown, who him and Hurts have been friends since they were in high school, and now look at it. It's like, oh yeah, it's like literally like they were playing in their backyard again.
Yeah,
And you're like, all right.
you're right.
I think Hurts long term is going to have the better career than Herbert.
That's why I think he might wind up because the Chargers I think are just too tumultuous.
Yep.
Big word.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying because they're having a down year this year. They're gonna he's gonna get fired. Their coach either this season or next season. Keenan Allen's what 33.
Yeah.
Mike Williams is also he's in his late 20s and he's not a wide receiver 1. Eckler's 30. You know what I mean? So their future's not looking too good. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Well, that's
they
the
need to get
hilarious.
out of there.
That's the hilarious thing. Like Keenan Allen's 30. Like that's the fun,
okay.
the super funny thing is he was the other day tweeting he's always bitching about how people don't call him the best receiver, and it's like, bro, he's been basically hurt the last 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
Just banged up. No one cares what happened. And it's like we've seen this a million times where
He's also just not.
no, he's not. He
he's
ran.
not.
No, he is one of the most talented. He's the best route runner. If you ask, well, that's why. Well, no,
I wouldn't take him in the top 5.
If you're gonna
well,
say
yeah, but
is,
you're also
then-
you've never played football, Dale. But all the corners, every top corner consistently says that he's one of the hardest guys. It's one of those things. It's like when Kobe was like Tracy McGrady's the hardest play I've ever guarded in my life, and you're like, oh yeah, Tracy McGrady doesn't get the respect that he does because of injuries. Tracy McGrady is one of the 15 most talented person to ever play basketball.
Right.
His career got cut short and he got fucked up and he's got a lazy eye. So
That's why he's hard to guard. He's got that trick.
because you're like,
eye. You
which
can't
way
tell
is he
where he's
looking?
going.
Is he going left? Is he going right? And he's just like, I don't know. Yeah, him
but
and Vince
still,
Carter.
even on his best, I wouldn't take him top 5.
Right.
Whom?
Keenan Allen.
but I'm saying, but that's the point. He's never. They're saying off of talent alone. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, Herbert is the most talented quarterback out of that draft class,
But I don't give a
he's not going to have the
talent
best.
Can suck my dick.
Yeah.
Who?
Talent. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, Keenan Allen has had some good seasons. I think at best in his career, he was number 3 in like 1 year. Like 1 year.
Yeah,
like,
he's never been the best, but he is one of the best.
It's just funny to be like constantly arguing in the media and commenting on it because he has been the last 2 years. He's literally tweeted like out salty tweets. Maybe they run faster than me, and
he is a little slowpoke.
Yeah,
Maybe they run faster, they catch better,
better,
they are better at juking people.
But are any
better.
of them bald?
Yeah.
I didn't think so. I'm doing it with no hair in my head.
The Chargers became a death trap for Phillip Rivers, who should have been just like, he should have rings. And I feel like playing on the Chargers is the reason that he doesn't have rings.
Well, it's because they're
I don't think so. I think there was nowhere he was going to fit in that made any sense other than the Chargers for him.
He reminds me of Kirk
That
Cousins.
that was the best situation for him.
Good call.
At the
Yeah.
times.
I can
Like
see
he's
that.
not like Kirk. Like
No,
I know
Phillip
He's
Rivers
better
is
than Kirk Cousins.
Phillip Rivers is
Don't
Kirk Cousins? No.
give him
Because Phillip
more
Rivers
credit than
has
that.
grit.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirk Cousins has a little grit,
Phillip
but
Rivers also can't go a game without throwing 5 interceptions.
But he played in a playoff game with a completely torn ACL.
Tony Romo played in games with a punctured lung. That doesn't mean he's good.
Who cares?
I think if we're doing comparisons, Phillip Rivers is closer to like a Brett Favre than he is to Kirk Cousins.
But that's
What the
disrespectful
hell?
to Brett.
He's a Hall of
Favre.
Fame quarterback.
Brett Favre,
Dude, Phillip Rivers is very
Wait, you're
close
saying-
to being Hall of Fame. I don't know what you guys are
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about.
saying he's closer. I'm agreeing. What are you
You're
saying? You're saying he's closer to whom?
Kirk
Kirk Cousins and he is Brett Favre. That's
No,
rude to Brett
what
Favre.
the
Brett
heck?
Favre won Super Bowls. Brett Favre
hey.
broke records. Phillip Rivers did none of that. He had the number 1 ranked offense and then choked in the first round and lost.
He did break records. He broke the record for the most kids.
That's biggest collection of bolo ties.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what. How about you were just like, oh, that's rude to Brett Favre. Oh, I think we can be rude to Brett Favre. He hasn't even acknowledged.
Did you see the other shit
Yeah,
that
he got in
came out?
trouble again today.
What do you do?
Like this concussion cream thing.
Yeah, he was selling this product that he was like
Wrangler
stealing
jeans?
more money. Let me look up the
No,
exactly.
it
what
was
happened.
like he did some more like he got more federal welfare money to invest in some like concussion cream thing that was supposed to
Brett Favre backed companies accused of taking $2.1 million, where they overstated the benefits of this concussion cream.
yeah.
Oh, so they lied to investors.
So he's
So they
yeah.
said it did something when it clearly does nothing.
Yeah, they
at
said
all.
it was like
That
I'm gonna read
Dr.
this
Oz
article real
special,
quick,
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Dr. Oz is about to become my governor today. That's insane. I didn't even know Dr. Oz was running for governor in Pennsylvania until like 2 weeks ago.
That's so
Because
great.
I saw a commercial during one of the Phillies games. I
What
was
is he,
like,
do you know anything about his like what he's running on? Any of his?
yeah, he's running on that. He's Dr. Oz.
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even live in Pennsylvania.
Bro, it was a nasal spray developed to treat concussions.
Now, hold on. That does get to your brain pretty quick.
And cream to prevent and limit them. So you rub cream on your head.
I kind of know. Now, hold on.
That's hilarious. If you
No.
fell for that, you don't get your money back. You don't get your money
Well,
back.
show me the science. I want to see if
I
it
also
works.
love that he's marketing it to the one group that like can't remember shit, so he can kind of
is
just
funny.
say whatever he wants.
It fucking-
Yeah, this will work.
So,
Honey, where'd you buy this concussion cream? I don't know, but I'm going to kill you tomorrow. I have CTE.
It says the lawsuit alleges some of the funds were funneled through the Mississippi Community Education Center, a nonprofit run by Nancy New pleaded
Nancy Pelosi?
She pleaded guilty in April for bribery of a public official, fraud against the government, wire and racketeering charges.
Wow.
So the lawsuit alleges a sham agreement was crafted for the benefit of both defendants and Favre, and all of them knew about this. The drug.
So
company.
Phillip Rivers might be a better quarterback in the long run than Brett Favre
Yeah.
with all this. Like
He might not be as good of a quarterback, but he's a better man.
Yeah.
Although Brett Favre is a good dad. He did all that so his daughter could have like a new volleyball net. Like that's crazy.
He just wanted an excuse to.
He
stare
needed
at
to just
young
sell a
ass.
few more jeans, and he could have done it himself. I'll tell you what, though, Brett Favre does have he does have one of the greatest storylines in NFL history. 1, 2, one of the greatest nicknames in NFL history, the Gunslinger. 3, one of the single greatest games, like meaningful games, that game after his dad died. And 4, one of the greatest cameos in a comedy movie in Something About Mary. He's had an illustrious career.
He's had a lot of concussions.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. There's like plays you can like
Because he's never missed he was an Iron Man, right? He played like Eli broke his record, right?
Yeah, he played in the time where they were like
when they were like, what are you, gay? Shake it off. And he's like,
protocol for a concussion. The fuck is a concussion?
He's like, yeah.
There's like footage you can see of him in games where he gets like leveled and he gets up and he like does the fucking Tua crip walk where he's like stumbling and his lineman just like picks him up and he's like, all right, we're running ACO 42 midline, ready break, and just fucking stumbles up and like is like puking on the sideline.
I have an astounding fact for you here.
Oh hell yeah!
In a recent interview,
oh god,
in a recent radio interview, Favre estimated that he had suffered an astounding 1,000 concussions over his 20-year Hall of Fame career.
See, he didn't get that many, but what's alarming is he's had to have so many to say 1,000.
Well, no, here's the deal: is that not all concussions are equal. Like you got a concussion the other day. It may not have been a concussion, but like literally, like you can get a concussion from like slapping yourself too hard to like wake up in the morning.
But
you know
still,
what I mean?
that's crazy. Like he still probably had significant. You know what I mean? Because
that's what I'm saying. Maybe the reason why he's not in trouble right now is he's got CTE and he doesn't even know. He's like, I did what with the volleyball money?
Plead insanity.
He's like, what the fuck?
I want to kill my family.
Well, and now you can't blame him for trying to find some fucking concussion cure. He's like, someone help me!
Yeah, dude, he probably thought it was real, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he was when he got the call. They're like, what reporters do you have to say that it's fake? And he was like, it's fake.
He's like, what? He's like, I'll tell you what, I feel really good right now.
And his head is all fucking shiny.
No, he's like, you're telling me the cream doesn't work while he's standing over his family's lifeless body. He's like, what?
I gotta call Antonio Brown.
He's like, I feel good.
Get in the car. I'm driving on the wrong side of the freeway again.
That is crazy because the doctor from Concussion, the real doctor, he's on record. I think he even tweeted it. He was like, O.J. Simpson did it and he has CTE. Like he said, he's like, the second O.J. dies,
great.
he's like, I want to see his brain because like they can see it in the brain. There's like masses that grow.
He'll just look at his brain and he's like, he did it.
Dude, yeah, I'm not rooting for OJ to die, but I am just because like we'll finally know. We'll find because if OJ doesn't have CTE, OJ's innocent.
You know what? I think OJ might be your VP candidate.
He's too old, I said.
No
You know,
way.
At a certain age to even run.
Yeah, but he's in his 60s.
That's young for
Have
a
you
VP.
ever seen a vice president that wasn't in their 60s?
I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like me and OJ would get along.
Most VPs are in their 70s. Like Kamala Harris is super young.
I'd fuck her. So you know what I'm gonna do? Scratch that from the record. Scratch it. Yeah, she likes white guys, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We all have a chance in this room.
Yeah. Well, not Dale.
Yeah, she put me in prison, dude.
She's like, what's that smell? And you're like, it's my new cologne. And she's like, it's an eighth. Get him.
Yeah, she'd take one good look at me and be like,
oh my god!
you're going for 10 years.
I'll tell
I
you
think
what.
you dropped that. What is that?
Yeah.
Throw the bag.
She just plants evidence on you. Put your hands up. I'll tell you what though. Good plan of mine. I think maybe edit this part out. I get successful enough that I meet OJ, befriend OJ. We become good buddies.
Yeah.
And then I start being the bad influence on him that I am on you guys, right? When I start getting OJ fucked up one night, and then I put my phone down and I record, and I'm like, be honest, like. And he's like, the bitch had it coming. And I'm like, I got him. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm going to figure it out.
I see it going a different scenario. You're sitting there, everything's going as planned, and then like the recording ends and it makes a noise, or you know when you go near it, it lights up, and then the end of the recording is you getting your head sawed off by OJ. But you get him.
Nah, he's too slow now. I would run away.
I
He gets you drunk first.
I have a good bet that
You've
OJ.
seen me. I could run a marathon.
Nobody
drunk.
saw the Dahmer documentary, so now there's pills in your drink. What do you do now? It's like a Goosebumps book.
Yeah.
Well, I've been drugged while I was drunk before, and I made it out perfectly fine, aside from the
Do you
whole
go for the
cracking
front
my head
door or
open.
the back door?
Huh?
Do you go for the front door or the back door?
We're in a club in this scenario.
Okay, you're in a club. Do you go for the front door or the back door?
I go to the bathroom, and while I'm in the bathroom,
Go to the bathroom. There's only one tiny window in the stall, but
No. I'm in the
bathroom.
bathroom, but it's one of those places. There's going to be a guy in there that you tip and you give him money, and I say,
Okay.
"Here's the deal: O.J. Simpson's trying to kill me," and I give him a 5.
Yes.
And I look at him, and I can see the 5's not enough, so I give him a 20.
Okay.
And he takes me out the back, escorts me out. I get an Uber. I go
Okay,
home.
no, but you get outside in the back,
That guy's there with me, and this guy's about 6'2", but like you can tell he does Krav Maga.
But here's the problem. He loves his job. So he's like, hey, man, I got to go back inside.
Also,
he goes
big
back
OJ fan.
Yeah, he goes back into the bathroom because he's got to get back to work. He can't lose his job. He's putting his daughter through,
Well, look, like I said, it doesn't matter.
I know. So then the Uber comes that you called. It's a white Bronco, tinted windows.
I'll be honest. At that point, I would be like, I'm taking my yeah. I'm like, that would be just kind of cool.
Get in.
Hey, Twitter world.
And I'm looking for I don't know. I don't see the name. It just the picture's just a black guy, and he rolls the window down. And he goes, I'm not black. I'm OJ. And I'm like, all right, I'll be honest. I'm getting in. That is all. If he actually said that, one of the coldest lines.
Yeah.
Anyone's ever said. In real
OJ
life.
already did this.
No.
It already happened to him.
In what?
What?
On the fucking This Is America. Have you seen that? The Sacha Baron Cohen show that happened
Yes,
a while
I know.
ago?
Yeah, I know what it is.
He does this with OJ.
Wait, really?
Yes.
He got OJ to admit it?
Yes.
No.
I swear to God,
no.
he does
He
this.
got that one politician to like scream the N-word. And,
Yeah,
like,
he did that.
and then
What's it called
he did that
again?
thing to Rudy Giuliani,
America.
or that was in the sequel to Borat, right?
Right.
When he got Rudy Giuliani. That one I kind of didn't like because like they that was the marketing for the movie. They were like, Rudy was gonna fuck this 16-year-old, but then it came and you're like, oh, they like, dog. I was like, we didn't have to lie to us. I would have believed you.
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no, he gets OJ to say
He
some
gets
shit
him
and
to
he-
almost confess is what it
Yeah.
says. We can't.
See, almost. See, he didn't do it.
We'll have to watch this after.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he didn't do it. But me and Orenthal are going to become so close. He's going to
His
tell
name
him.
is Orenthal.
Orenthal, yeah.
Orenthal James Simpson.
That's what OJ stands for. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually truly, I guess I never, I knew his name was not OJ. Like I knew it was a nickname, but I had never taken the time to think what the O stood for.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what I would have guessed.
I probably would have guessed Otis.
Otis, yeah, that's probably what.
Otis.
Yeah,
Is
Otis.
a good name.
Otis.
Otis.
You would you say it's Orenthal?
Orenthal. Orenthal James Simpson.
I might have known that, like, because isn't that the Orenthal Redenbacher?
No, Orville.
That would have been such a different popcorn.
That's a different kind of popcorn indeed.
Orthol Redenbacher. And it's
Why
just
did you
like-
use that voice?
What?
Is that how you think OJ sounds?
No.
Because he doesn't.
Can I hear your OJ impression?
Yeah, go for it.
No, well, I'm going to do Cuba
Why don't
Gooding.
you wrap the podcast up with your OJ impression?
I'm going to do
'Cause I
Cuba
think we're
Gooding
reaching
as
the point.
OJ. All right?
Who?
Oh, okay,
Cuba
okay.
Gooding Jr. as OJ.
Okay, thank the listeners for listening and tell them to subscribe.
Hey. Hold on. Let me get in character.
It was coming out like Michael Jackson.
Because he does have kind of a
That's
higher
weird.
pitched voice. Show me the money. That was pretty. No, dude, I did. That was me doing someone else doing. Who was the guy that did the impression of that? You'll
I
figure
don't
it out.
know what you're talking about.
You've never seen fucking Jerry Maguire?
No.
Well, that's Tom Cruise.
Right. No, but Cuba Gooding Jr. plays the wide receiver in Jerry Maguire. Who you've never seen that scene? Show me the money.
I just got confused.
I know what you're talking
You
about.
said too many names and different
There's
titles.
a movie called Jerry Maguire. It's a rom-com about a sports agent.
You're giving too much detail. I'm gonna get confused.
Actually, true story.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Patrick Mahomes, his agent, like the agency he's with, is the real Jerry Maguire. Is this guy? He left his agency because he wanted to actually like help the people, and then he signs this wide receiver on the Cardinals in the movie, who like no one will sign him because he's got like an attitude problem. Turns out he's like a good family guy and everything. And it's Cuba Gooding Jr. He's on like the end of his like career, but he wants one last big contract. And he's like, "Why should I sign with you, Jerry?" He's like, "Repeat after me." He's like, "Show me the money." And he's like, "Show me the money." He's like, "I want you to yell it." He makes him like scream in his office. He's like, "Show me the money."
So why were you not? Why was that your OJ?
Because
impression?
Cuba Gooding Jr. played OJ. So I was screaming that to get into character as Cuba Gooding Jr. as OJ.
Well, guys, this has been another episode of Third and Inches. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
Wait, hold
Hopefully
on,
without
hold
this
on.
guy.
Wait,
Goodbye.
real quick. You want to see me do my Tom Cruise?
Go.
I'm not gay.
All right, yeah, cut that part.